welcome to today's Dashcam Diary of Disabled with me, chronically happy, and Skelly here. I'm having a lot of merging people come on to the highway. I really need to get in the middle lane so I don't... This traffic is killing me. I kept trying to leave my friend Celia's house for a half hour while she was on the phone, and I was just like, I've got to go. The traffic is awful. I had to hit 5 o'clock traffic, and thank you. Goodness, I am just so flippin' tired. I tried listening to my favorite TV show, Love is Blind, but I fall asleep watching TV shows on the rig. So watching TV shows, not really watching, but listening to my TV shows while I'm driving makes me so tired. Oh, I cannot stop yawning. And then I'm going like 7 miles per hour and stopping, 6 miles per hour stopping. I'm getting to the point where my eyes are watering because I'm so flippin' tired. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to get in my lane. I don't give enough, man. Just don't hit me. It is hard to keep myself from getting like double vision tired. I'm just so flippin' tired. I haven't really had anything to eat. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I ate a banana, I ate a Pop-Tart, and I ate like almost a whole bag of snooze fish. And right now I'm just trying to chug this caffeine just so by the time I get home the caffeine will be in full effect and I'll be wide awake when I get home. And then peeing like a racehorse because I gotta pee so bad. I don't right now at the second, but I'm sure I will by the time I get home. It says like I have like another 45 minutes on the road. I have 48 miles to go. Oh my gosh. Oh, I tried listening to some of my freaking EDM music, and even that was just not enough. Not enough to keep me from getting so watery-eyed and blurry vision because I'm getting so freaking drowsy trying to drive. So, my thing that helps always wake me up is start talking about stuff and ramping my body up to be able to like really wake up. Because sitting here in my lack of thoughts, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to fall asleep and take a nap. Because the traffic isn't moving anywhere, I'm so bored out of my mind. Like if I was actually going 55, 60 miles per hour on my way home, like there'd be a lot more to look at rather than the same freaking bumper for like an hour, just going 5 miles per hour. The only thing that ever seems to really wake me up is talking. And like I can talk and talk and talk and talk. No matter how tired I get, I always find a second wind. My friend Celia loved her bracelets I gave her, and so I asked her to demonstrate her skin issues, and honestly I really didn't see much of a difference. But I 100% believe her. It's just, I don't know what her skin looked like before versus now. Only the person with the issue is like the expert in their body. So there's never any reason to doubt the person for what they're saying. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm so freaking tired. So I'm trying to ramp myself up by talking about this stuff. It's easier for me to stay awake if I'm talking to somebody. Like, I've always been like that my entire life. If I have somebody to talk to, I can stay awake. But, like, I can't when I'm just all by myself and then I'm listening to music and it, like... The other problem is I'm out of my, like, I forgot to change my pain patch yesterday, guys. That's part of the problem. I'm so sleepy. Once I change my pain patch, I'm not going to be so sleepy. But I don't have that much medication coursing through my body, so I'm really getting drowsy and the beginning of, like, withdrawal effects. I have to rush home. I can't take any of my anxiety meds because that's going to make me even more sleepy. But those help, like, slow down withdrawals. But with how drowsy I am, no way can I take one of those. There's no way. So, like, what is it supposed to do? Somebody's supposed to do in my position? Like, look at these stupid freaking traffic. Look at this traffic. I hate touching my phone when I'm driving. But look at this traffic. We are not moving. We're moving for a second and then we stop. Moving for a second and then we stop. Like, this is just so not superior like the back of the truck says in front of me. I am so freaking tired. But I have to have active thoughts and things that I'm thinking about. It's like still going slow enough I can actually put this back on the dash. Okay. So yeah, this is still she gets my freaking guy. Oh my gosh. This is me yawning like crazy. This is the title of my video. Yawn. Yawn. Like, I want to blast my music into my ears, like start like bleeding or something. I don't know. I don't want to take my Adderall and speed things up for my body to metabolize everything faster. So this is ridiculous. I don't like this traffic. I'm like so freaking tired. Can I just pull over on the side of the road until traffic's over or something? Because my goodness, this is what happens when I'm not like on top of my pain medication. I should have changed it yesterday. I got preoccupied doing so many other things. Like, I didn't get home until like later in the afternoon yesterday, and then it was like nonstop, like getting this and that going on. Oh my goodness. I'm only at Wilsonville. Wilsonville is always where the traffic is built up. It's like next 2 miles. So I have at least another 4 miles until traffic starts moving. I can't even focus on anything because I can't stop yawning because I don't have enough oxygen going to my brain because I'm not sleeping. I've already drank like this much Red Bull. I want to brush my teeth. I want to have anything other than sugar and caffeine in my blood and body. It's not good to live like this. Then I need to eat food immediately once I get home, and then go into a food coma. After I take a pain patch and put a new one on, then get some food, and then you go into a food coma. I can just picture myself there right now. I'm just so comfortable laying with my heat on to like give me some warmth on my feet. Oh my gosh, my SI joint. Howie, 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 howie. Oh, that woke me up a little bit. Ow. Ow, it hurts. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, son of a gun. Oh. This is driving through the pain. If anybody else was in the car with me, I'd be trying my best to hide all of these yawns and moans of discomfort because of my SI joint just being so freaking pissed off. I can feel so much more pain because the patch is wearing off. The pain's coming back so bad. I need that patch like yesterday. I was supposed to change it out yesterday. I'm over like 36 hours after my last patch. And it's just less and less medication circulating in my blood. And so I can feel everything that much more. I haven't felt this kind of pain in so long. I forgot what it was like. Wipe away my tears. Keep driving because I can't let my tears get in the way of my vision. But this is what it's like when you accidentally don't take care of yourself the way you should. I got too excited and wrapped up in what I was doing yesterday to remember to even change my patch. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about changing it. It's so much easier to forget than a pill. But a pill will start telling you immediately. At least with these patches, I'm still getting like a little bit. I'm not getting my full dose right now, but I'm getting like a fraction of what's left. I can't keep pushing the dates back. I can't keep just moving it a day later. I wish I could go into freaking my doctor's office and go get a drug test now just to see what levels of the medication are in my body. Because I even tried to ask my doctor on Monday. So when I got my drug test results back, so this delivers 10 micrograms per hour. So depending on what hour I guess I started it on, this was towards the very end of the patch's life cycle. I went on Monday and I change them out every Wednesday. Today is Thursday at 5 o'clock. I change them out at 8 o'clock in the morning, roughly, sometimes 7, sometimes 6, depending on my chiropractor appointment on that Wednesday. So Wednesday is always the day I change my patch, and I need to go back to going Wednesday next week. So even though I'm going to be wasting like a day's worth of medication, it is what it is. I need to keep it on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are the days I go to the chiropractor. I have an hour-long chiropractor appointment. Like, everything just works out better if I do it on a Wednesday. I just go to the chiropractor 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then that leaves Tuesday and Thursdays to try and have off days, because I'll try and schedule like my patch doctor on a Monday, and then I try and schedule my primary on a Wednesday. So even if it's 2 appointments in one day, at least I'm already in town and I'm already going to a doctor. So I already scheduled my ultrasound for my liver. So according to the stuff that I looked up, and considering that Dr. Lee doesn't know, how abnormal or normal EDS patients are when they have like a major fall injury type thing, like I did a little over a week ago. It's like a week and a half now. Happened on Friday, not the last Friday, but the Friday before. So, you know, I'm like at day 10, 11ish or something like that. I'm bad at math. Don't call me. Like, I have a calculator. It's in the back, but I can't do that while I'm driving. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I can't give you that info. So however many days past that, for those that are good with their brains and can do math in their head without writing it down or using a calculator or something. I had my blood test done by my primary last week, and last Monday, not this last one, but the one before, so in the same week, I had that doctor do my drug test. Well, my drug test came back that I have 16 micrograms or whatever circulating in my blood or urine by the time I peed for my drug test. And so, for whatever reason, my body has metabolized it a lot faster because, or maybe not enough, I don't know, the mechanism on how it works or whatever. Well, anyways, I asked my doctor, like, why is there, like, mine should be like 10, like it administers 10 per hour, 10 micrograms an hour. So maybe because that patch has been on for like, you know, however many days, it's just more built up in my system or something. I don't know. All I know is by the time, if I'm due for a pain patch the very next day, like the levels are like significantly lower. I feel like my body absorbs it faster than the regular, and that is why it's metabolizing more of it to carry around in my blood or urine stream or whatever, bloodstream, you know, bodily fluid stream. It said I had 15 micrograms in my system during my urinalysis, and then the time before that was 16. And I'm like, how can it be? Why isn't it 10 or below? Because that's what it's supposed to be floating around my body. So that's what makes me think, you know, is my EDS, my connective tissue issues, and having extra holes and it's extra sticky. It's the glue that holds everything together. And if the glue has holes in it like Swiss cheese, it's not going to be very effective. But what it's going to try and do is it's going to try and fill in those holes with other things. Whether it's toxins, bacterias, or, you know, something that gets stuck like a nut or something like in the GI tract, you know. That's how I end up with having diverticulosis. Diverticulitis. Itis is mean active infection. Anything with itis at the end is active infection. So like folliculitis, that is infection of your follicles. Diverticulitis is the infection is in the pocket in your intestine, gastrointestinal tract, whatever you want to call it. So it forms these pouches, so that's diverticuli. But when those pouches get infected because they're full of food and stuff that are not easily digestible, they get stuck in those little pockets, and thanks to connective tissue disease and having EDS, it's like Swiss cheese. So not only is my organ that does diverticulitis, think about having diverticulitis in everything in your body. And so I'm extra holy. I have extra holes through each level and layer of like epidermis, like the different layers of your skin. Like, I'm extra porous. I'm extra porous, basically. Look at these huge like pores. These like, huge pores in my nose. And they get clogged really easily by dirt and grease and lotion that I use and whatever. I try not to use much product on me, but it is quite bummer that I have such huge pores from where I've had, major buildup on. So a lot of the time is my follicles become inflamed. That is one of my, what I would consider my mast cell activation syndrome triggers, or sign. It's a sign that I've eaten or been around too many of my triggers at one time, because my follicles will start to get raised and infected to make me give me folliculitis. I get folliculitis on quite a regular basis. And then sometimes it's not even like the hair on my legs that I get it. The shaving helps create those as well. I just get ingrown hairs all the time until I had certain electrolysis, laser hair reduction. It's not 100% removal, but it's reduction, and they guarantee a very high success rate. And I've had a very high success rate with mine. Like, mine responded appropriately to that. So I'm very hopeful with the medication that my doctor is about to start. I had the best of news from my doctor's office today. Supposedly I qualify for financial assistance to get my shots for my primary immunodeficiency disease. So I'm going to be able to get on that for a while at the same time we're going to submit to the VA that, look, this is what's helping me, but this is also what's going to happen with another medication that the doctor wanted me to start on. But Mark Cuban at Cost Plus, he only charges like $14 for this medication, one of the new medications that my doctor's put me on. So I still have to call back his office assistant. It's too late today to call back. I'm going to call her back tomorrow before I get too busy with everything else. I need to get my friend's baby shower gift put together. I got to get my costume put together. I got to get stuff put away at my house. I've got so much stuff to do. But I'm very, very happy. I finally got to meet my friend Celia up in Portland. She lives on a houseboat. Never known anybody to live on a houseboat. It is pretty neat. Friday night, I think I'm going to stay the night at her house again. But it might be a little bit too far out of the way. It just depends on where I'm at in relation to the party that I'm going to tomorrow night. So it all depends on the distance between where the party is located and her house, and trying to see what the most cost-effective way is, whether I drive home tired at night or drive home tired during the day. One or the other is going to happen. Maybe I'll take like an extra Adderall that day to help me stay awake. I don't want to do that now because I do want to sleep. Not that it ever prevents me from sleeping. I just don't like to take a second dose in the middle of the day. I'd much rather like cram myself full of caffeine and sugar instead of another Adderall pill. But sometimes I would prefer doing this over Adderall. But Adderall is safer. I have it prescribed to me. It doesn't have the sugar that this crap has in it and all the other bad things this has in it. Thank goodness the traffic is working. It's always around Wilsonville, man, on I-5. Steer clear from Wilsonville on I-5, guys. We have a skeleton right on the back of the motorcycle, right on my sister. I got Skelly riding with me. So, that is the good news. I finally straightened out all the pharmacy stuff with my immunologist's office, except for the one thing. It's going to take a lot of work to deal with that, so pill sometimes, but it can happen. Eventually, I want my infusions through the VA. Luckily, I got a hold of the lady that does the fucking billing and shit. So now she has the information. And I feel so much better, guys. I feel so much happier knowing that things are starting to finally get ironed out with his office. Because I was about to, like, call them up and raise hell about it. Really, like, this is some BS, man. I've been harassed by the infusion company for days. And I was getting ready to call him back this morning. And then my immunologist's office called. When I heard that voicemail, I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, I'm going to call her back. I want to figure out what the heck's going on here. So I did a little bit of phone tag, but we were able to connect with the people I needed to connect with. I just had to do the one thing to follow up tomorrow. And I hope I put it on my list. So I have my little handy dandy notebook and this in my backpack. Cruise control on so I don't speed, because I would rather just go like 80, 90 down the highway. I don't want to be tired of driving. My mom's busy, she's out of town. It's not like I can just pull over and leave my vehicle on the side of the highway and then expect anything to be the same when I come back to come pick it up, because it'd probably be busted out, broken into, the parts already taken off of it. Like, this thing's worth a lot of money. I've only got one key for it. I need to have a backup key, like seriously. I'm kind of SOL if I leave the key inside. I usually got to have a tow truck driver come and pick the lock for me, basically. Her bed wasn't super uncomfortable, but it wasn't super comfortable at the same time. The guest bedroom is really nice. She needs to pick up the rest of her house, but like, it's really not bad compared to other people's houses I've been in that have chronic illness and pain like this that we have, and constantly on the damn phone doing stuff. But I want her to feel comfortable with being who she is and being herself. She has some of the same mental diagnoses as me. None of my business, but what hers are out there. But she'll get there. I think she'll get there in age, and I think with the perseverance that she has now, she's gonna, one, burn out, and number two, make things a lot worse for herself in the short term with all the stress that she's under with trying to get everything done right now. She's supposed to be having her tethered cord surgery coming up, and I told her I will come and I will wait with you. Like, if her boyfriend wants to stay at the house and watch the dog for her, that'd be great. But I would totally come up and see her in the hospital and like be there for her, because her dog can't really be left alone at the house. So I'm gonna offer to come be by her, man. Be by her side. I'll have to wear a mask and everything going into the hospital. But if they allow me to, I'll come up to that room and just come hang out with her while she's just laying there in bed recuperating for a day while she's admitted. Like, I know how lonely it gets, seriously, and you can only do so much on your phone. I slept a lot, but it was nice to have my mom there, and she doesn't really have her mom to be there for her. Her mom was like kind of checked out, you know. I'm so glad I finally met her in person. She's so skin and bones, and I was kind of there like she was. dissociate a little bit just to be able to like put boundaries up, to be like not super emotional in front of people. Like, they don't want other people to feel bad for them. Like, I don't want people to feel bad for me. I don't want people to feel bad that you didn't do it. Like, the things that you know, as innocently saying, I wish there was something I could do for you, or what may I do for you. Well, really, there's just not anything except for the best thing that you could do for somebody is listen. 100% just listen. Do not have any advice. Don't have any like smile more. You know, don't pretend like there's nothing going on, because there is something going on. And I think that's where some of Celia's depression is stemming from. These are my psychology, psychoanalyst freaking thoughts here. I am not her doctor, nor am I a doctor at all. I just have experiences, mental health problems myself, and experienced mental illness, mental diseases, whatever you want to call them. But I'm able to be at a point in my life right now, not 100% of the time. I pick and choose my time of when I'm able to handle somebody else's feelings and thoughts and ideas. I had to be in a mindset where I'm receptive to hearing what they have to say. And number two, not get into the, for myself, not to jump into the role of do what I say to help me. But here are some suggestions of what I've done to help myself. And no matter what it looks like to you, you can help yourself in the same way, but the help is completely different, in a different kind of way that you didn't think about. But a lot of the time with people with chronic illness, we have thought and tried everything. Yes, we've tried yoga. Yes, we've thought about just trying to maintain a positive attitude. Yes, we think about ignoring it. Yes, we can get out of our head about it once in a while. But more times than not, no, we cannot. Because you know why? Because we're experiencing it 24/7 nonstop. So for some, pretend that your hand is chained to the stove. Let's say all of a sudden one day it gets turned on and there's no turning that off. Well, no matter what, your hand is chained to that stove. Just like your emotional thoughts and feelings and organs and everything is attached to you. Well, imagine that chain being stuck to the hand on that freaking stove, and that stove all of a sudden gets turned on one day. There is absolutely nothing you can do to change the fact that that stove is on, because it's on, and once it's on, there's no getting rid of it. Just like when your genes are turned on and your genetics are turned on by something that happened, and it happened suddenly, and it happened when you were young, and so then doctors gaslight you, and then nobody believes you, then your peers don't believe you, then your family and your mom and dad don't believe you, and so now all you are alienated and isolated, and then you go try to get the help from the professionals, and the professionals gaslight you. Just take your hand off the stove. I've tried. What have you tried to get it off? Have you tried cutting the chain? Have you tried oiling it? Have you tried to slip your hand out of the chain? They're going to ask you if you've tried all these things, and you'll be like, yes. If I hadn't tried all these things, I wouldn't be here, because I would have gotten it free myself. So basically, doctors gaslight you into you have to do your research, and then you research too much, so now you know too much information. So now it's trying to decipher out of that information that you learned, what's going to be beneficial for you or not. Because why didn't the doctors tell you about this option? Why didn't the doctors tell you that, yeah, your hand is different? It's to the point where it's not, the skin is so hard that it's callous, so you shouldn't be feeling anything anymore. You know, this is the kind of things that we deal with on a chronic illness and pain cycle. We get these people that know nothing about what's really going on. They only see the surface level, the surface problem. They see the hand chain in the stove, and like, we'll just take it off. Well, take the chain off. Well, easy fix, easy peasy. You know, once I had my hand on the stove, but I was able to pull it away because it wasn't manipulated enough to be there. You know, whatever the excuse is there is no excuse for it. It's pretty ridiculous. And if you think that we hadn't tried everything, why do you think we went to the doctor eventually? Because we couldn't fix it ourselves. So then we go to the doctors, and then they make you think that you're crazy. It's all in your head. You're not really holding your hand to a stone. It's just fine. This is just what happens when you age. This is what happens when you take a certain medication and the side effect is staying out of the sun. Well, she didn't stay out of the sun, so now that's her problem. So these doctors don't have any answers. They don't know what to do with her. They're calling her Delulu, and it's not even fair. It's not even fair to her. She's got nobody in her corner, in her support system, even her boyfriend of several years. What did she say, 5 or 9? I don't know. She's been with this man for quite some time. But I can't even talk about that business just in case this ever gets seen. But, you know, I want to try to be there as much as I can in my own circumstances. If I'm okay, if I'm taking care of myself, I'm allowing myself to go visit with friends. I have to get a certain amount of tasks done for the week in order to win my approval to be able to go do a socializing fun trip doing something. And so this was my socialization hour for the week. I'm quite excited. I can't wait for Haunted Forest tomorrow night. The next night I'm staying the night. I'm not staying the night, but staying with my cousin that I lived with for a while. The other good news I found out today, my friend that has potentially had the blood cancer, it's not blood cancer, so yay for another win, dude. Like, today has made my day with the best of news that I could have gotten from everybody all around. Celia got some great news. It's a very small win, but she found a pharmacy that's willing to work with her. And it's just that she needs some special authorization from Dr. Jane's office. And I go, she was so nervous about calling him. During her virtual video visit that I helped sit in on this last week with her, it was last minute, but I was able to do it, and I like to be there for her. I like to be there for her so she can look at me and like gain confidence, like, look, it's okay, somebody else is here, everything's going fine. She's not interrupting, trying to, like, you know, clarify stuff. Like, I'm there as her support person, and I'm glad that I could be there for her, because I wished I had that for me when I had gone through a lot of this. Granted, my mom took that role in so many different ways, but she's struggling with so many health issues of her own now that I'm really worried about her. I'm so worried about her because things are advancing, and it's really messing with her neurological system and eyes and her vertigo. And kept pretending to know that I know everything, that I know everything that's wrong with her, but I have this weird, strange inkling of a feeling that she's got some underlying metabolic disease that's still in my mom's side of the family, and I just can't place my thumb on it. I can't place a finger on it. I don't know what it is, but it's something metabolic. It's metabolic. Maybe it's hormones. It's something. There's some kind of there's just got to be a way to bring it all together. There's just got to be. There's got to be a way to figure it out. And I don't want to wait until it's too late. I don't know how late it's going to be before it's too late. And so I feel like I have a real urgency to get this done. I need to get her DNA test. I had my dad do 23andMe. I had me do 23andMe. I just need my mom to. That's going to give us all the answers on my mom's side. It just is. It's going to give us not all the answers. I'm not going to lie. It's not all the answers, but it's going to give us more information to go off of, because there's nobody that's willing to do it on her side that has done it. And these tests are hundreds of dollars, and now with the data breach about it, I don't know if my mom would really want to do that, but if she doesn't have much time left, I need to know what's underlying. I don't want to wait until there's an autopsy, because I sure in the hell will push for an autopsy to find out what it was, but I don't think a straight up autopsy is going to tell us. I just don't. I really don't think it will, because it's going to cost way too much money to figure it out after the fact. So I really got to push for her to give me a DNA sample. I need this. I need this closure for me. And I'm going to fight for this for myself. I need my mom's DNA. I hate that there's data breaches. I hate that there's all that out there. But it's a chance I'm willing to take, because I want answers. I really want answers, and it's going to help my brother. It's going to help me with my niece and nephew later in life. If I get to live till I'm 100, I want answers for my niece and nephew. And I want to have all the answers that I can get. And that doesn't replace her mom's DNA, because my brother's only 50% of my niece and nephew's DNA. But 100% they're hypermobile. They're hypermobile just like me, just like my dad. And I don't know about my brother. I just don't know. I think he takes too much after my mom, and there's not really the EDS stuff on my mom's side. So that's why I'm like, but you see, things can skip generations. And if it came from my dad, it got passed through my brother down to my niece and nephew. And 100% did, because of their flexibility and their Asperger's and ADHD. And I mean, thanks to my nephew, that's the reason why my brother and I got diagnosed with ADHD. And then the overlap between Asperger's and ADHD and autism, like, there's so much crossover between all of it. Just autism's a little bit more on the spectrum than that. But I've got characteristics of autism. But that's not it. Not necessarily characteristics, like physical characteristics. But like, I've got overlap symptoms from that. this girl can write the alphabet backwards. She spells her name backwards, and she honestly believes it's spelled the correct direction and way. There's something in her brain that is misconnecting the dots and is backwards for her. So I'm just wondering if and she's left-handed, so she's left-handed, and she's got like mix up with letters and numbers. But she can do the whole alphabet backwards, and that's just quite insane. Not insane in a bad way, but it's just like, it blows my mind. That girl's got some talent. It's just figuring out how to put her talent to some use. And she does her name more correctly at school. I think it's just from the help of her, either her peers or her teacher, that she finally is trying to learn how to write it not backwards. But in her mind makes it look like she's writing it correctly. So I think she has more inattentive type, maybe. I'm not quite positive. I don't know all the differences between all the different spectrums of, ADHD and learning disabilities and dyslexia. I didn't have dyslexia to that extent, but I had those kind of issues. So it's just one of those things, guys. I wish the best for all my friends and all my friends' kids, and just seeking the truth, getting answers for everything that we can find. It's just half the battle. Knowing what you can and can't fix. They're going to give my friend's kid one-on-one classroom time, extra tutoring time to get through some of these reading and writing problems. But I'm excited for her. I think she's going to really love it. But I got to get a box ready to send to them too. But I got to finish my one friend's gift box first, my Plur package. I didn't post my crafting corner last night. So I have a crafting corner chat to post today, and then I also have this Dashcam to post today. So I'll be posting those once I get home. I should be home in about 15 minutes, guys. I'm so happy. Look how long it took me to leave my friend's house. It is taking so long. My battery to my freaking heated vest is all dead. Unless I freaking unhooked it. Maybe I unhooked it like a smart girl. I probably did. Oh, I did unhook it. Oh. Well, maybe it will work. Let me look at the battery life on this bitch. Oh, I did unhook it. I was smart before I went to bed. Yay! I could have had a heated vest this whole time. Are you kidding me? Man! I could have been heated all along. But that would have made me really sleepy again. Now look at me. I'm awake. And I'm almost home. All because of you guys. I treat doing my videos like I'm talking to a friend, and I don't have much pause between it to allow somebody else to talk, but I try to not dominate a conversation about anything. I'm just very excited to be almost home. This is a beautiful state. I'm glad that it's sunny out, but I don't know if it froze last night. I wouldn't doubt it if it did. Poor Stormy Dog is by herself right now. Nana watched her last night while I was gone. And then my mom had to, she went to go do something fun with her gotta say about that. And then I'm gonna watch my Love is Blind. Just thinking about that, it makes me want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep so bad. I want to go into a food coma and go to sleep. Not a real coma, but a food coma. Eat my food and just like, I gotta change this pain patch. Stormy's dinner starts in about a half hour. So I'm gonna swing by the pizza place and we're gonna order my pizza. Not charge me. It's within 30 days. I just want to do it before the end of October because I don't know if they're going to be like 30 days is 30 days. It still boggles my mind how they give you directions to cook it directly on their baking sheet that they saran wrap around the pizza. They put the oven tray in their hand, then they do the pizza, and then they saran wrap it around the whole thing. Yeah, that dang paper tray caught on fire when I cooked it in my stove, my oven. It caught fire, and then it stuck to the pizza crust. So stupid. What I really need to do is play video games. That will keep me awake. So I'll probably do that while my pizza is cooking. And I'm going to set timers on my phone to make sure that I go check it every 5-10 minutes. But I don't think that's going to matter. I'm going to put it on a real baking sheet instead of on their stupid piece of. I'm just so mad that I had to waste a whole pizza almost, which of course I ate half of it. But when you're hungry and got nothing else, what the F, It takes things like this to fire me up, to get me all awake and empower myself. My anger empowers me, and my frustration pushes me to continue on. To be like, nah, dude, this is what's supposed to happen. Let's be real for once. I'm so glad I waited till like 1 o'clock in the morning to drive to her house last night because I didn't have to deal with any vehicles on the road at all. It was pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like 3 exits away now. I'm just trying to get there without speeding too much. Setting cruise control so I don't go too fast. I don't want pulled over. I don't want them to have an excuse to pull me over besides my non-white blinker on the back light. Back blinking light for turn signal does not work. I've had so many people honk at me lately and lay on the horn because I turned right in front of them because they were tailing me so close. It's like, come on, don't tail me so close. It's gonna be your fault if you hit me, and I will sue. But I will also probably get a citation because I don't have a working blinker, and that's the reason why they hit me. But Oregon's a no state fault. So, no fault state. See, dyslexia, especially when I'm speaking. But out of courtesy, knowing that I know I don't have a right tail light blinker, I will purposely put on my brakes and tap them to make it look like the brakes are flashing, to give them some kind of indication that I'm about to do something. They don't know what, because my blinker doesn't work, but at least they know of something going to happen, me, blinking, and then I get to doing it. Sometimes I don't have that opportunity to do that, but I am trying, because every place I've checked to try and get this light repaired, they don't have an electrician to do it. I'm so beyond mad. I've tried to rectify, so you all are witness on my Dashcam video. I have tried to rectify and fix my taillight since May. Since May, guys, I've tried. So now what it looks like is I have to call Toyota and pay hundreds, if not $1,000, to get this taillight to freaking go in. I don't know what it's going to cost. I'm afraid to call and ask because I don't got any money for it, especially over the next month or two. But as it gets darker, longer, and later, I have like $700 to pay off over the next 2 months. $400 on the 1st, and then almost $400 on the 1st of December. And these are the months that I need to have money for, like Black Friday and gifts for other people and stuff, and tour packages. But I have to pay for this. So getting a taillight done right now is almost flipping impossible, because when I did have the money to try and set it aside, I used it towards paying off my bills. I paid off one of my credit cards instead. I had to kind of postpone paying off my credit cards for 2 months again, because I need to make these payments, because this is a good faith payment plan, because this is going to secure my camping site in EDC in Vegas in May. I have to have it paid off immediately, because otherwise I will procrastinate. I don't want to mess up any kind of accommodation problems. I want to make sure my spot's secure. I have to pay immediately. And so bill companies have lower priority than that to me. My tail light is a safety concern, and that is right up there with my security of having a place to stay during EDC. Because otherwise, if I don't do this, it's going to cost me way more money and put me even further in debt. Like, this is the option I have for EDC this year is the most cost-effective way I can still camp. It is the only way I can do it this year. Is it a want? No. Is it a need? No. Is it a want? Yes. And for my own peace of mind and sanity, I need to have a place to stay for this festival, and I have to have my ADA accommodations. It's just harder to do being on the strip and trying to get transportation, which I don't have a way to put a scooter in this vehicle. I just don't. And I don't know how I'm going to even work it to get it into the festival in the first place. I haven't worked that out, and that's going to probably be a couple $100 solution. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that stuff yet. I just got to make sure I secure my lodging. My vehicle is going to be my way that I'm going to get to Vegas. I'm not going to fly. I'm going to drive. I got to make sure I start saving money for the gas, to pay for the gas to get on the way there. I had to dip into my savings again this month because I needed money, so I don't default on my freaking ticket in and of itself. The payment comes out Friday, and I need to get money into my account ASAP. Tomorrow, I need to be at the bank first thing tomorrow morning to deposit that money, to put into my PayPal, to make sure that it doesn't bounce. In fact, any bit of money I have in my account right now. Oh, did I pass it already? I did. I need to turn around. I always miss the pizza place. It's like in this stupid spot that is hard to see. And as it's getting dark, I had sunglasses on. I'm just gonna go around the block. Go out the other way. So anyways, yeah, I need to get my tail light done. Yes, I need to get my trailer registration paid. Yes, I need to go buy a tarp for my trailer and make sure it's secure over the winter so I don't have any more leaks like I did last year and get black mold stuck in between the ceiling and the roof. Because I did I thought was a good job with the freaking caulking on the top, but I didn't do a good enough job with the caulking. I had to re-caulk the entire roof of my freaking trailer. And it's a big job, and it's going to take me some time. It took me freaking 3 weeks to do it last year. Total, because of all my disabilities and not trying to do it in the sun. And you stupid lady, you could have gone. So anyways, here's another hour-long video, guys. I still need to do my registration. I still need to do all these other things, and I'm just so behind. I'm so behind on all of it. I wished I could do more. I wished I could pay it all off at one time. It's just not feasible at the moment. Hope they aren't buttholes to me about this free pizza thing. They were really mean to me when I freaking turned them in for the stupid freaking paper pan. They're like, we've never seen that happen. Well, here's the first time you've seen that happen. B word. I just don't get it, man. If you aren't good with customer service and if you don't think the customer's always right, you need to fix your attitude. Alright. Go ahead and take a look at the sunset before it disappears, guys. Check this out. It's out my window. Yeah, Skelly. Hold on. Let me roll down this window. I gotta show how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that is. So, I'm gonna just go ahead and go in there and try and get my... I'm gonna get Stormy her dinner. And we're gonna have a good old time going into food comas and playing some video games, hopefully with my friend, and having a good Thursday night. So everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and thank you so much for tuning in, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you like my content, any of it, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Right, bye guys.